Hey everyone, it's Lisa with Mimi's DIY Journey. Thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here. So I am just continuing on with the folio that I have been making using Pam's digital kit. It is called Grandma Sally's Kitchen. So I'll leave a link in the description box below to her Etsy where you can go over and purchase this kit. I recommend checking out her other digital kits while you're there. And then also go over to her YouTube channel because she has a lot of wonderful tutorials to go along with her digital kits. So the structure of the folio, if you didn't catch my first video on this, is designed by May at May Made It. So I'll leave that link in the description box so you can go over and check how she created hers. And also she has a playlist. I think she has a playlist, but anyway, she has multiple videos to go through on how she decorates it. So definitely go over and check that out as well. So I have a magnet closure here on the front. And from our last video, I did do a few things offline. I added this. This is on one of Pam's digital papers. It was at the bottom of ephemera, so I cut it out and inked it and put that there. And then there's the back. And then I did do reinforce the spine back here with some ribbon as well. So then we open it. I'm going to try and stay on camera. I noticed my last video I got off camera a lot. So I'm going to try and be mindful of that. So these here open up like this, and we glued some of the recipe cards on there, and then this flips up, opens, and we have two wonderful pockets here with some ephemera in there. I'm trying to think. I think we did all this together here. And then I did sew in a signature in this folio, so that you don't have to. You could actually add another flip page like this if you wanted to. But I did the journal. I haven't done anything, I did a signature. I haven't done anything in the signature except for the front page here. And I did glue this on. And I can't remember if I did that on camera or not. I'm pretty sure I did. I did this and I glued this on. So on this page, I did do this one off camera. So I used one of, it's actually supposed to be a journal card. But I did not round the top corners. I just left them square and used it as a pocket. I thought it added some nice detail to that page. Oh, and then I went ahead, we did do this one off camera, so I just left that one as it is, but I used this digital page and made a big, a card to go in front of it, and I just cut it out, inked it, and added the tab up here. Just trying to point out anything that I did off camera. And actually, I think that might be it. I thought I did a little bit more. So I did get out this red envelope here that I have. It's like a coin envelope that I thought we could decorate and slide back in here. I thought that went really well with the red. So, I am still contemplating on what I want to do with this flap here, right here. I might just like maybe do a small collage or something on it, because adding pockets to it, I'm not sure. So, and then, so I really want to do this. I wish I had some green ones, because we could put green over there. Alright, so let's decorate this little cute envelope here. No fail pancakes. That one's a little bit smaller. Where's my, oh, here it is. Not sure, oops, which one I used there, the small side. Okay, so pancakes, what do we got over here? Ooh, I know what'll be good. I have my washi tape that I started, or I mean that I printed out. Okay. So, I think, actually, I'm going to go from the fold of the flap down, but I think we should put this one on first. That side's a little bit straighter. And then leave like a little gap to where this one overlaps a little bit on that one, like so. Okay. Alright, that looks good to me. So, I'm going to lift this up just a little bit. And this is washi sticker paper that I purchased from Amazon. And I'm trying to keep it out so that I use it. Because when it's stuck in a drawer, I don't think about it. There we go. I think it's just a little crooked. Okay. That looks good. Okay. Make sure I keep it straight. And then I'm going to trim that excess off. Careful not to cut the envelope. Just take, I'm just going to stick that on there. Okay, now next one. Oh, come on. I might be able to get a hold of it now. There we go. Now this washi tape, paper, whatever, it comes in 8.5 by 11 sheets. But it is kind of see-through, which I kind of like. I kind of like that. I think it's cool. So, you know, if you go over to purchase this, just keep that in mind. It's not like printing on, you know, a regular sheet of copy paper. It's not going to be that bright white. I am getting a little crooked here, so trying to get it as close to the edge as I can. There we go. There, and that just leaves some detail, or adds some detail to it. Alright. And then I am going to grab my thread that's unraveling here. It's okay. So, I think that'll be cute. That should be enough. Alright, so okay, then let's ink this as we go along. Okay. How about the little red flower? Give that some ink. Okay, I like that. Alright, so I'm going to use the Beacons Fabri-Tac glue to glue this down. That way I make sure that it's going through the thread there. Make sure I get plenty of glue, especially in the center there. Okay. Like that. Okay, let's leave that just as it is. And then we can make a tag to fit down in here. I think that'll be cute. And in fact, nope, too thin. Okay, how about will this be long enough? Because I kind of want it to stick out. I think that's going to be perfect. Okay. So, pencil. Let's scoot it over just a little bit because I do want it to stick out of the envelope part. Some. And then we'll cut right there. Alright. Put my lid on the glue there. Alright, let's turn this down just a little bit. Okay. And cut off. Make it a tag shape. There we go. And then let's go ahead and ink so I don't forget that part. Going around the corners. I'm just not doing so well here. Keeping track of my stuff. There we go. Alright, and then I'm going to have to find some seam binding to put on here. Okay. And then with the seam binding on there, we're going to have the little things sticking out of the envelope is what I'm trying to say. They're out there. Okay. So now I was just working on this card here. I also had tucked in here as well. So I thought we would work on decorating that. And then also go ahead and do a library card. I want to score these. I really need to get a smaller scoreboard for just stuff like this. Oops. Okay, and now I'm going to turn that around. So I was thinking putting that little pocket down there, and then we'll have that. And then let me see if I have some red seam binding. Oh, here's some red. I didn't even realize I grabbed that. I was thinking a bow or a little small bow here. I do have a storm brewing. Oops. So there we go. Get over there. Okay, and then, yep, here's that little one I cut out. Okay. I was going to use that. Okay, now, I was just thinking this riffraff would be kind of cool across there. Maybe like overlapping that. I like that. But maybe go ahead, what's it look like there? I like that. Okay, this is Grandma's Best Apple Pie, and this is Frosty and Fluffy Every Time Cake Mix. So let's start on this one. So I have that inked. Let's ink this pocket. Like so. And I already have that inked. Did I need? No, I didn't. I had to make sure I didn't have to cut that one down. Oh yeah, I can smell the rain in the air. Alright, and then I want to ink my card here. Okay. And I'm just using my center that art glitter glue. I was trying to think of the name of it. So I just centered that between that line and there, the edge. Okay, and then we will get us a cute little pocket on here. So I'm going to put glue on both the sides and then run a bead of glue at the bottom. And then it kind of looks like that is inside the pocket when it's not. Oop. And that just says desserts. So I'm going to put that right on the front of that pocket, like so. And then this being fabric, I'm going to use my Beacon's Fabri-Tac glue. I wish I had some like kitchen related charms to add in with this. That would just be so stinking cute. Alright, so get that glued on right there. And then I am going to add just a little bit of glue right here. And then I can, oops, I'm moving it. Make sure my tails stay in place. Now this one I don't know where I'm putting yet. I just wanted to make some cards. And then I think I will tack it down right here. Tiny bit of glue. And trying to make sure that it gets kind of like part of it sticking up and not just pulled, you know, straight and glued down. That's stinking cute. Okay, wrinkle and crinkle. Put a little bit of glue here. Okay. And then let's see if we can manipulate this a little bit. There we go. That way it's not totally covering that card. And I'm going to put just a little bit of glue here. Well, it did not do what I wanted it to. It's okay. We can still access the card. Alright. That is so stinking cute. Okay, we'll set that one aside. Now let's work on this one. Everything's inked, so we're good to go. Since we're doing paper to paper, we'll use the art glitter glue. We don't have to. We can use the Beacon's Fabri-Tac glue if we wanted to, but alright. So now I'm gonna run a bead of glue right down that check strip. Make sure I get both sides there. Okay. Add our little riffraff. For the longest time I didn't know what that stuff was called. And I forget who I even heard call it riffraff, but it stuck. Okay. ahead and put that. Can't remember if I had it offset or to the side. I think I had it offset, but that's okay. We're going to make it work. Now, we're going to put some thread down. Okay. Plenty of glue. And we're going to put fresh baked right on the edge. I'm going to hold that down for a minute just so that glue gets soaked through that thread. Okay. I think that's cute. I hope you guys like it. Alright. I don't know what I did with my little pen that I had in this. Okay, so put that on there. Alright, so let's maybe I can grab a hold of it. We're going to slide that card right down in here. So then we'll have the card, and then we'll have the little envelope, and then a tag. Oh, we need some ribbon. Oh, here's some red. Okay. Put some red ribbon on here. We could have used green too. There we go, and then I'm just going to cut that off just a little bit. Okay. Should we put something on it? Sure we should. Okay, what about recipe collection? What did I just do with my scissors? Oh, no, I didn't. I thought I just cut into that other tag. We're sliding this down in this envelope. So I have some pretty lace over here, actually. Let me cover up my ink. The wind is coming through my window pretty good now, which I'm grateful for. I've been so hot today. Not that I'm complaining about the heat, because I do not want to go back to winter. No, 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 no. So what if... Actually, I think... Here. Okay. Let's turn that going the other way, though. I think that will look much better. Like that. Okay. Then we can stick our little buttermilk biscuit recipe on here. Oh, we can even tuck it up under a little bit. Okay. This is the hard part for me, is trying to piece the ephemera together to where it looks okay. That doesn't look too bad. Let's ink this. And I want to round the corners on this, but I'm going to use the smaller cut. And that, since this is a small piece. Okay. Oh. Okay, kind of collaged all together. We can even add, yes, some thread. I know you guys know I love using thread in projects, you know, doing stuff like this. I just think it just adds some character to it, I guess. And then we can put that right down the side. I like it. Okay. Here. Put some glue on the bowl and on the edge of the scale. And we'll glue these together. That'll make things just a little bit easier on us. Okay. Mom's famous buttermilk biscuits. Alright, so then we'll put the thread right there. There, and now we're not totally covering up the recipe. Okay. You know what, I am just going to, I don't think it matters which side here. We're going to bead a glue down that edge. Then we can flip it over. Get that off my book before it dries. Okay, I think we'll be all right. I was going to leave that thread under there where I glued it, but I will just cut it off. Okay. Or cut it off. Pull it out. Is what I meant to say. No, I'm going to round this. It might get sticking out square. Okay. Alright, I like that. I think it's cute. And then it can just slide right down in there. And then right there. Yep, we could do that. You know what, let's use this one because we have not used this one here a whole lot. So let's and then put a Velcro closure on that to open up. think that'll be cute. I think so. Where's my... So they weren't just plain white. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue this. Going to line it up. There we go. Make sure it was pushed in to that pretty good. It is. But yet still fold. Okay. Little Velcro dots here. And then fold that over like so. Okay. It's a little off, but it's okay. So then, that way there's something interactive on the back as well. I like that. And then we'll decorate the front of this envelope as well. Alright. I should have inked that. Okay. There we go. And now we have a little pocket here. And then nice pretty paper there that we can add a pocket in here. Maybe not this one because of the tag. Let's see. I mean, we could even do a recipe card as a pocket. And then find an old recipe to stick down in there. Alright. So I'll leave that alone for a minute. I like it. I think so. Oh, we need something to finish this off. So let's do that since we were working on that side anyways. Pull this in. Okay. Oh, I got it. I didn't have to look very hard. Homemade happiness. Get my scissors here. Cut these little corners off. I mean, we could even incorporate some thread down here, just so that it matches the other two things in there. Yep, perfect, love it. Alright, well, hang on, our little card here that we just made. Oh, I grabbed some extra. Let's go ahead and stick it in here. Yep, that'll be for back there. Okay. So we could do some chocolate chip cookies. Let's see what else we have in here. we have this pretty little thing. I need to finish cutting out, but we could put that across there. Alright, all trimmed out, and let's ink, and then glue. I didn't want to put glue on the back of this, and let's just go ahead and scoot it back over a little bit. There we go. Okay. Except I had to cut that a little bit straighter. Alright, there we go. Alright, I like that. And then, should we do, nope, that's too big. Recipe card, I like that. Okay, oops. Alright, we need something here. I was thinking like a little side tuck. We could do that and then put, make a tag to go in this way. There. And then start having issues closing. Alright, and then we'll ink. There we go. Yeah. And then let's put Made with Love. I'm just going to leave or use this by itself. Let's first add some riprap over here. Okay. Let's go this way. Right. And snip it off right there. And then we can put this down here. Yep. Good idea. Good idea, Lisa. Okay. I like it. So, I mean, we've got this section completed. I mean, we could even decorate the front of this too if we wanted to. Or we can leave it plain so that people can write on the front of that as well. So, we've got that all completed. We could find something to put on this side. I've got to adjust my camera, guys, because now that I feel like I've moved stuff around, I keep getting off camera more. So, hopefully you guys seen all this. I hope. And we're pretty much done here, except we need to do something here. Do something on the front of those two, and then come up with something for this big flap. And I might just leave that plain. Because that's a little, I mean, I guess if you're at a table, you know, and, you know, you're folding it out all the way, then you could, you know, do something interactive here, but I don't know. I'm still thinking. And then we've got all these pages. I really like that. I think that is just awesome. Like, everything's coordinating together, and I really like it, guys. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. That is the best way to support me. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and select all so that you don't miss any future content from me. Give me a like. You know, give me that thumbs up. Leave me a comment. The comments and interaction definitely helps support. Let me know what you think. Any ideas that you might have. And you guys have a great week, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.